What's the message for you at this time? Hi, beautiful divine soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on A Moment Tarot for another message reading. This can be from your spirit guides, your higher self, from a higher self of someone living here that you know now. Wherever the message is coming from, it's spiritual, it's for you. If you came across this reading, there's something here for you. If we have 3 piles here, we choose pile that resonates with you, the colors, the image, whatever leaps out at you. The timestamps are below. It's the timeless reading. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the reading. Much love and light. Hey, pile 1 with the Guardian card. Looking at messages for you at this time. Judgment in reverse. Okay, so you made a really big decision recently. A life-changing one. Something that really puts you on a new path concretely. And let's see. Night vision. It feels like you know that in the long run this is what's best for you, but right now it's hard to kind of get through the nights I'm getting. So something where you made a tough decision, you know it's the right decision for you, and even though you know it will pay off in the long run, right now it's kind of just the beginning of it. So it's still kind of clearing through the old, getting settled into the new, letting it work out, play out kind of thing. So it's still a little bit kind of chaotic around you or not settled. And yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of sleepless nights, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of what did I do? How long is this going to take? But I do feel like for some reason, Spirit's like, don't worry, 8 of Cups. You did the hard part of kind of getting through this, whatever this is. Yeah, wow, 9 of Pentacles. I saw the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck before I started this reading. And it's like you took the right steps for everything to align, and you're going to see that come through now. So whatever it is that you're kind of like questioning now, even though you know in your heart of hearts it's the right decision for you in the long run, is going to pay off. And pay off it will. April. So this is a timeless reading. I'm getting by, yeah, next spring, whenever that is for you. I do feel like it might take, let's see, I'm recording this in June. Yeah, it might take a few seasons, but with the Pentacle cards here, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like it's just gonna keep getting better and better until like 3 seasons from now. So wherever season you're in, count 3 seasons after that, and or if you just started that season, you can count that season, but if not, count the season after. Don't kid yourself. If you're in the middle of the season, you gotta make a choice, but you know what feels right and not what you want it to be, but what it should be, what it is actually. But the 9 of Pentacles in reverse for me is that you're going to continuously start seeing good things happen until 3 seasons from now. So every season is going to be kind of something positive coming out into the physical. Timing is much farther in the future, and it came out in reverse. So it's sooner than you think. And things are happening every season. Like I said, next season, the season after, and the season after, 3 big things I'm seeing is going to manifest, and it's going to happen faster than you think, just because these are just big manifestations, but they kind of like build on top of each other, if you know what I mean. And so you're going to be so busy with them, and you're going to think that like, oh, why isn't things happening faster? But in actuality, if they all were to come through, these 3 big manifestations right now, you would be so overwhelmed you might even discard them, you know. So it's good that it's happening 1 a season in order for you to get some time to breathe and take it in and let it build on each other. The Hermit in reverse, yeah. And you're not going to be doing it alone. I do feel like you have a guardian type energy coming in. So I do feel like you did complete something very, very big by choosing this new path, and therefore the universe did send you a guardian type energy. Now, whether this is in the form of a person or a animal or a group of people, or it does feel like a being. I do feel like it's something that would exist in your physical reality. So a person or an animal or a group of people. So you're not going to be dealing with this alone. Love. Okay, yeah. So I do feel like there's a lot of love coming from these beings that are sent to protect you at this time. I feel like you were kind of just thrown into the world, thrown into a new world. At this time that I'm recording this, there's a lot of light workers who are going from being very hermited in their spiritual world, and now bringing those spiritual energies, grounding it into the physical world, kind of coming out into reality, ready to kind of take on the world and take on your soul missions. And I do feel like there's a lot of love and protection coming in for you, beautiful soul. So this is through a lot of people, a lot of different people, in a lot of different ways, not just romantic love, but soul family type love coming in for you, guardian type love. It's very primal, it's very raw, real, and divine. Pure is how I would define it. So I know a lot of people, when they see this love card, will automatically jump into romantic love, which is a possibility, but I do see more of that pure divine love and protective love coming in for you. Beautiful, that one. So let's see. The Star card and the Sun card. Oh my goodness, wow. So I do see there is a big wish coming through. The thing is, one of your biggest wishes, dreams, preferred reality includes grand love, not being alone. I'm getting like being around others, especially with the Sun card here. I definitely, with the Sun card, I definitely feel it's like more of a family vibe, partner, kids, grandkids, grandparents, like that type of vibe, like definitely community, soul fam, like that type of energy. So I do feel like your biggest wish and dream, which I kept getting like the Mario tunnel images, so I'm like pipe dream, like it felt like a pipe dream that like this would never happen, like you would never get this type of community, this type of friend group, like-minded people around you, neighbors, area to live in, family, partner, kids, that type of energy. I feel like at some point you kept saying this is a pipe dream or something like that. I keep getting pipe dream for some reason. But that is what's coming in, and it starts with very, very pure energy, very pure love. So it's not gonna even feel like romantic love, or let's make babies, or let's all live in a very and build a very beautiful community, a group, or anything like that. It just feels like childlike, I'm getting, because you're coming together with a lot of people who are presenting and exuding a lot of pure love. And when a lot of people come together that have that same type of energy, which is very rare, it's kind of like I'm getting collegiate type energy, like when you all go to a university, college, and everyone's the same age, everyone's kind of in the same place in life. That's what I'm kind of getting, except with light workers and starseeds and spiritual warriors and way showers and spiritual teachers. It's kind of like bunch of people in the same wavelength coming together and kind of bringing forth this energy. Interesting. 2 cards. Home. It does feel like that you would be connecting with this. It definitely feels like soulmates. it feels like a lot of soul family, soulmates type energy, yeah, for sure. And then psychic abilities is the last card to want to come out. So I do feel like there's an energy of it's childlike, innocent, pure love, which is bringing forth like it's kind of like you. I'm getting you guys, so I'm getting it's more than one person, more than one type of being and energy. You might be even coming together with. I kept seeing like starseed family as well. So as you come together with your soul family here on in the physical reality and as a human form, you're also all going to be connecting with some sort of starseed family. I'm getting the simple act of all of you soul family coming together and having that such a strong soul bond. It's going to allow your psychic abilities to expand and for all of you to connect to your star family much stronger as well. And it's going to bring through a lot of information, a lot of opening of the third eye chakra, and psychic abilities for sure. Just being in the vicinity of other folks that are on your frequency is going to do that. King of Pentacles, this card is the Death card. It's a major transformation. And with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here, it just kind of starts off really well. It starts off like this happens tomorrow kind of thing. Like you come off in a really good energy, and then the next 3 seasons is going to be the external world, this matrix, your external reality matching the energy that you are embodying with these folks coming into your life. Okay, let's get in March. It's it's funny. It's like I got this energy of like slowly roll, like don't worry, this is all happening within a year. So March and April has been a very significant time. There's a lot of astrological things that happened. I'm recording this in 2025 in March and April. March and April for me personally marked the end finally of a 7-year healing cycle. A 7-year spiritual initiation cycle. You know, that's when I had my spiritual awakening about 7 years ago, and it took 7 years to complete all that like basic cleansing, purging, identity, community, finding my purpose, all that kind of work, you know, ancestry, bloodline karma, and you know, all the ins and outs, every little thing you can think of, shadow work, you know, past life stuff, finishing karma, learning lessons for this lifetime, all that stuff, right? 7 years. So it's not surprising to me that everything is manifesting in these seasons to come. When timing cards specifically come out in reverse, that means to me that it will happen before then. So like before March and April. So that's why I'm getting like 3 seasons. And that's like around the time that I'm recording this. Of course, it happens differently for different light workers, but we're basically on a similar wave, especially if you kind of awakened around the same time I did. My official awakening was 2017, but it kind of started 2011, maybe a little bit before that. So like, you know, if you're kind of before COVID spiritual awakening kind of person, then you're probably on my wave, and you probably have had similar energies around the same time frame. So yeah, I see this kind of March, April, the Empress energy. So with the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Empress card here all together with the Death in reverse, the Sun and Star, Love, oh my goodness, Hermit. It's definitely time to let your light shine. And you probably witnessed in just this past season how stable you are in your energies, how powerful you've become, and how other people can now see it. It's going to be one of those moments where it's like the summer you turn pretty. It's kind of like when everyone else can see what you've seen in yourself all along, when everyone else can start seeing all the things that you've done behind the scenes that you can't really explain to people, that you can't really, that you had no reason to tell others, that you've been just kind of quietly working on your own. It's such a big deal for people to work on their self-mastery. It's not always seen on the outside, but right now you're going to have a huge glow up. Not only did you achieve something beautifully spiritually, but you've also are going to match that physically. So you're going to look better than you ever have before. You're going to come off better than you ever have before. You're going to come out in your Empress energy, your personality, the way you speak, the way you present, the way you do your work, the soul mission, the type of opportunities that come to you, the type of people that match your energy that comes to you. That's all here for you, Cal One. And there we go, the Ace of Cups and in hand, which means that this is something you can't really see yet, but it's gonna come through. And if you've been questioning, hey, is this gonna be a romantic love that comes through? Yes, I am getting a complete yes. Someone that you can build a family and community with, for sure. That is gonna be the unexpected part. And it's like the not in this lifetime card came up, which means to me that, like, I feel like, again, you still think this is a pipe dream. You still think this is something that could maybe not happen for you. Maybe you're kind of made plans that, like, hey, if this happens, that's great, but if not, that's the plan I'm going to choose. So I do feel like you kind of, whatever big decision that you made, whatever path you decide to go on, you're not expecting anything, how would I relate this? For example, for me, a lot of the manifestations that I put out to the universe in the past 5 years have started to come through, but I'm no longer that person, and so I've outgrown those manifestations. And even though they're all coming through all at the same time right now, it's, for me, it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna settle for these manifestations. I'm already evolved, and I would like different goals, different manifestations, different life purpose, and that's the kind of energy where I'm at. That's the kind of path that I chose. So you might have a lot of kind of tests, like, hey, do you want to stay here? Do you want to stay with these people? Do you want to take these opportunities still? And you're saying no without knowing what's next, knowing that it's not enough where what you've manifested, what you wanted 5 years ago, you're on to the next thing. So that's kind of what is coming through in this energy right now, is this, you're taking a leap of faith, and you're not expecting it to work out because it seems like a pipe dream. But if you work this hard and you're not going to settle for this past life, and you've already chosen the new without knowing how it'll turn out, moving forward as if it's okay if it doesn't, is bringing this in a better way than you wanted. There's a time in everyone's life where you had to choose, like, hey, this manifested for me. Is this the time for me to settle? Is this what I want? And if it's not, and you still choose the old cycle, that you're gonna have to repeat all the same lessons, and that's fine. There's so many times where so many spiritual friends and myself chose to repeat a cycle because I just needed a break, and I just wanted some comfort. I just wanted to really get that lesson in, really drill it in, or I wasn't ready to move on yet. And there are a lot of times where I took the risk and mustered up the courage and moved forward onto the next cycle with a lot of discipline and courage and focus. And it's fine. You can either repeat the cycle or get a new one. It's your life. You can settle at whatever level you want, whatever energy you want. Like, when it's, like, good for you, when you feel like it's right, that's when you, like all right, I'm going to put down roots. This is where I'm going to settle into, these energies, these people, this place, this vibe, right? And if it's not your vibe, but you decide to stay there anyway, it's gonna bring up some lessons, and that's fine. Some of us need it a few times. Boy, I know I had so many tower moments before I chose the right career to move to. It was like every time I tried to go into my I went into engineering. Every time I tried to get a job in engineering, or I did get a job in engineering, and it just kind of chilled, my life crashed and burned. And it took many times until I realized, oh, this is the thing that I'm not meant to do, that's not aligned with me in my highest and best path. So, you know, it is what it is. So, pile one, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile two. We're looking at the messages for you at this time. Okay. Two of Pentacles, and it came out kind of in reverse. Alright, interesting. This is very similar to the first pile, and I kind of got that energy too when I saw this card, the Spiritual Evolution card, where you may have just made a decision, but this decision seems like a bit of a smaller one than the first one. So for a lot of light workers, star seeds, way showers, spiritual warriors, spiritual teachers, whatever, all these piles are going to resonate because I'm kind of doing energy of light workers at this time. So all of these piles could resonate with you, or a couple, or, you know, one as the major energy, one as the minor energy. But I feel like this is the minor energy, kind of a smaller decision than pile one. A smaller decision that you've just made. Oh, wow. Okay, too many cards. Okay. Gather, change. All right, we'll take that then. All right. At this time, I feel like you are gathering a lot of small changes. You're making a lot of small changes. It's big and small, medium size, everything. And you can tell that you're making a lot of decisions. It's kind of interesting. At the time that I'm reading this, there was huge activity with the Shun resonance, like the week prior. There's a lot of things going. Jupiter went into Cancer. Yeah. And there was a summer solstice. It was a huge energy. And this is a timeless reading, but it's definitely signifies a major energetic shift in your body, in your own energy. So it's kind of funny. You might have noticed that there's people around you too that have had a major energetic shifts in their life as well around the same time as you. Interesting. All right, so I'm getting that like some of you may have had new people come into your life that have also experienced a major shift within themselves, not necessarily in the same way, but has had a major energy shift in themselves around the same time you did in the past week, this week or so, past few days kind of thing, you know? I'm getting it already happened, or it's still kind of finishing off this energetic shift. And it's kind of like changing your personality, kind of maturing spiritually. There's something like that type of energy going on. Train whistle, confirmation, Queen of Cups. And it's interesting because these are, I'm getting temporary, they are temporary journeymen for you on this spiritual journey. This is a major shift for you and these new folks that has recently come into your life that also had energy shifts in their own energies. So I'm guessing they're like somewhat in tune to spiritual stuff like you, but maybe not in the exact way. And these are your temporary journeymen. These are the folks that you are meant to help, and then that help you while you all kind of transition into this next leg of your journey. I'm getting parallel parallel realities. These are all folks who are energetically connected, may not have the same perception of life as you do, but it's very much parallel, enough so that there's some crossover where you can understand them and they can understand you. And that's why you are all in each other's life at this time, is because you are all meant to kind of help each other out during this transition process. And there's something to be learned here in the fact that you folks all kind of are in similar energies, but not in the same frequency, if that makes sense. Okay, Queen of Wands in hand. Okay, so this is going to lead to your purpose. I definitely feel like all of you are trying to help each other find your purpose. So this new group of friends or new potential romantic interest or new neighbor or new coworker, whatever this person, whoever these folks are, I feel like there's at least few. You all are meant to kind of help each other during these major energetic shifts, but also help each other find your purpose. I do feel like all of you have kind of really made waves in your own spiritual journey, your own healing journey, and in finding out your purpose and identity in this lifetime. But I feel like this is like the last leg of the journey before you kind of enter into your like kind of home base. I'm getting kind of like your major in college kind of thing. So it's like kind of like these are the friends who might not be in the same, who might end up in the same major as you, in the same career or line of work as you, but for some reason you are all in the same kind of like college or university or town, or have some classes that are, crossover. At the beginning of college or whatever, you all have to still take the same kind of math class or, history class or whatever. That you guys can really help each other see things from a different perspective one last time before you end up with people who match your energy very, very similarly. It's like kind of like I'm getting a mingle, kind of mixer type energy. It's like before you know how in the beginning of college you might probably make a lot more friends. You might have a lot of different types of classes. Some where you have folks from other majors, in that class. It really helps you kind of see who you are, seeing someone different than you, someone who wants to do something different in life. And that's going to help you kind of solidify your own major or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Peace. Lovely. Yeah, both these cards came out like kind of similarly like this, which is energy from outside almost coming crashing in. Usually how it's turned, it's like, if it's pointed downwards, it's a more negative energy, upwards, positive energy, but because it was so pointed so downward, I feel like it's more of like a crashing into you unexpectedly type energy. So I do feel like there's a lot of peace coming for you. There's a lot of peace coming for you. Beautiful pile too. Unexpectedly, it's a crash landing of peace. What you probably would have never expected. It kind of surprises you because it comes at you so quickly, and you're like, I didn't expect this, to have support and guidance in the way that you do from these, few folks that are your journeymen, your pals, your confidants, your brothers and sisters from another mother, father type thing, I do believe, just like pile one, that there's some sort of ease, comforts, and support that's coming through with these journeymen and journey women. Wow, the Two of Cups. Yeah, it does definitely feel like soulmate energy, and it came out face down. So I definitely think you're a little bit wary, understanding that these might not be your absolute soulmate, soul family, the highest level, but they are on some sort of tier. Yeah, because they're not completely in your energy, but they are similar. So you're gonna definitely feel that like energy of you're meant to connect. These are soulmate, and they're not low level soulmates and they're not high level soulmates. They're like medium high, So I feel like if you're came across this reading of mine and this particular pile, then you already have understood that soulmates come into your life, throughout your life. People that you recognize from other lifetimes, people that you've had strong connections with. And there's like lower level, medium level, high level. And I do feel like you understand at this point that the friends that you've been making have every new group of friends or a friend that you make is like a level up in terms of soul connection, and also in terms of romantic love connections. If you continue to see that come through, if you haven't like settled into your soulmate yet, that soulmates that you meet are even stronger and stronger as you come along. So you're definitely further along in your journey where you recognize that like every like soul family, friend, romantic interest, co-workers, partners of all types, business partner, love partner, like a family type partner, living situation type partner, any type of partners that you meet have been like leveling up in terms of soul connection. So at this point, you're not like freaked out if you kind of are like, hey, I know this is a soul connection. It may not be like the highest level, but it's not the lowest level, and it's definitely not medium. It's probably medium high, if you know what I mean. So you're not freaked out. You're not like being like, oh my God, am I supposed to be with this person? You can say no. You can understand that it's just like you could if you want or not. It's not. It's not a shock to you anymore when you connect and vibe with someone that hard. It's not like, oh, I need to fall in love with them or I need to be their best friend anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, this happens once in a while. I've come across people that I'm going to be with a short period of time, long period of time, or just for a moment that have a soul connection. Okay. Any other messages for you? I just saw 33. Strength card. Queen of Wands, again, in reverse. So I definitely... these are folks that are going to help you build confidence in what you're meant to do next. King of Cups, and give you a lot of love and support, and vice versa. You give them a lot of love and support. I definitely feel this energy of like you're going to be finding the thing that you're meant to be doing or something like that. It's such a strong energy of like what kind of life path you're meant to leave. And like, when I talk about life work, it doesn't always mean career. A lot of times it does. It could be a side project. It could be a really strong hobby, a really a specific type of skill set, or a thing you're supposed to do in this lifetime. It's not always career. Life's work isn't always your career. It could be anything. The people that you're around, the community that you build, the family that you create, or the project you work on, the invention that you create, or a new idea that you put out there, a story, or whatever, a vision, or it could be a scientific discovery. It could be some, you pave the way for someone or a group of people in this athletic group or whatever it is, Two of Wands. You're not supposed to, Two Wands. The Emperor, wow. You're not supposed to go it alone, I'm hearing. I feel like you are such a powerhouse that it's kind of daunting to try try to figure out what direction you're supposed to go in, because you can go in any direction. You can go in a lot of directions, many directions. They're all calling to you, pulling you. And so that's why there's a little bit of contrast here with these higher level soulmate type energies that are coming into your life in this last leg of your journey, before you kind of end up with people who are way more like-minded, you know, kind of end up in that like soul purpose that you're going to be living out for a long time, your legacy type work, you know. There's a reason that you're in a contrast high level soul group at this time, and it's to find yourself by finding what you aren't or wouldn't, you know. What's going to happen is that you're going to find that like a lot of the paths that you could have chose for yourself is going to come through these folks. And so you're going to see it, you're going to live vicariously out these like potential lifetimes through these folks, through their eyes, and realize that maybe that's not the path you want to take in this lifetime. You know, you can kind of see it and be like, that'd be nice, that'd be cool, but you know, maybe it's I wouldn't mind that lifestyle or that life path or that career or that, like, you know, whatever it is. But I think I want to go this way, you know? So like you get to see all the paths that you might have thought about, might have taken, and go a different way, you know? It kind of solidifies you in that way. And that's why there's like such contrast but parallel type energies with you and these medium high level soulmates that are coming in for this. They're new and for this leg of the journey. Finding yourself, because whatever you do next is legacy type work, and whatever group you form, whatever people you connect with on a strong level are going to be in your life for a long time. The kind of work that you do is going to be the work that you do for a long time. So it's like a comfortable, peaceful, surprisingly supportive, and way more easier way to find exactly, specifically the unique path that you are going to be taking in this lifetime. Because of course, again, you light worker have taken a lot of risks and done a lot of things internally and inwardly in your inner universe that a lot of people don't take the time to do. And so you know your path is very unique, which is why it's harder to find that path, because it's going to be something that's more curated for your specific brand, your specific viewpoint and perspective, which is different because you were brave enough and risked it and strong enough, tough enough to kind of go a different path, you know? These folks are going to be different too. They're going to be different in their own way, which is what I'm saying, like they're parallel, but not in your major or in your field. Wisdom in reverse. I definitely feel like these are folks who have gained a lot of wisdom on their unique path. So you're going to come across a lot of folks who have gone through a lot of things in your life, and you might have connected with folks who've been through something similar to you, or something a little bit like less daunting, less heavier than you. But these folks probably have gone through almost as deep of experiences as you have, but different. And so there's a lot of wisdom to be gained here. I'm going to get a lot of 5D sex, a lot of, which is just energy exchange. There's a lot of heart-centered energy exchange that's going to be happening with you and these folks that are here for this leg of this journey, that you can absorb their experiences through their wisdom, through talking to them, through their life experiences, and sharing yours, of course, with them. Wow. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's work related. Yeah, so if you have been struggling to figure out what you need to do in terms of your career, your business, what to do next in terms of your soul mission project or anything, this is the time. This is when it's going to all come together for you. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. It's very similar to pile one. Again, if you resonate with my energy on my wave of light workers and starseeds, then you're going to resonate with probably all these, most of these piles, most of the readings that I do. But yeah, this is going to lead to prosperity. I feel like a lot of light workers have been dealing with, like struggling with money, for sure. Specifically, I mean, finances, yeah. Money. Saving money, even financial plans have fall through, or, even financial decisions didn't really pay off as well as you might have hoped for. And these are the kind of things I'm seeing for this pile and this wave specifically that resonate with me. And that's going to change within 9 months. So again, I get the 3 seasons as like pile one. When a timing card comes in reverse, I'm getting like it happens before that. But I've been getting like it kind of like when Pentacle cards comes out in reverse, for me it's like it starts now and it keeps going. Is that correct? August. Yeah. So it's a timeless reading. So I'm getting before August, and I'm recording this at the end of June. So it's kind of like before August. So like basically July into the beginning of August is you're going to see a huge change in your finances, a huge change in your career, the direction of your career, clarity on your career path, what you're meant to be doing, and your stability and security, especially in terms of finances. And if you're watching this at another time, then it is in the next like month and a half, 2 months, that this is all going to start coming together. And it might surprise you, but it's not going to surprise you. You know how sometimes like light workers, like we've been wishing and dreaming and visualizing and manifesting something for so long that when it finally happens, we're kind of like, yeah, we kind of knew it was going to happen. And you might have had the excitement like all that time ago, but then when it finally happens, you're like, I want to be excited, but I kind of knew this was going to happen. So it's like, I wish I was like experiencing this as the person who dreamt of this, months or years ago, that was really excited for this, because then when it finally comes through, you're like, oh, like I don't feel it. So that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Just gonna pull one more card to see like, is there anything that can be done about that specific energy? The Chariot. And I'm getting it's just gonna, like, once this pops, it's not gonna stop. The Nine of Pentacles. Wow, Nine of Pentacles twice here. Good times are rolling. I know in the beginning it's just gonna be like, like I've been waiting for this so long that like now that it's finally here, kind of like a little like, why could have this been here earlier? Now I don't feel excited about it. I feel like I expected this and it should have happened a while ago. Don't worry, there's more to come. It's gonna take off. And it's going to be more and more exciting, because like you're not just getting the bare minimum of what you were visualized. It's going to get better and better as these 9 months come along in the next few months, next few seasons. And so it will get exciting, because it's like, I think Spirit did that on purpose too. Like they didn't just bring it all at once, because they knew that you were going to feel like, I was waiting for this, like finally, it's not like an excitement energy. It's like, I was waiting for this type of energy, like finally. And so it's just going to get better and better over the seasons. So you do get excited for it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so enjoy the fruits of your labor, pile 2. It's a very exciting time for you. How magical this next year is going to be. It's going to get better and better. And yes, money is going to be much, much better than you ever thought. So you have that to look forward to as well. All right, pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3. The Spirit Messages card. We're looking at messages for you. So let's get started. Ooh, wow. Okay, Spirit has a lot to say to you. I think they've been waiting. I think your spirit guides have been waiting to say something to you. I feel like maybe you might have disconnected a little bit. Not on purpose, I'm getting that like you just haven't had time to check in with your guides recently, or to check in fully. If it resonates, it's the pile for you. Okay. 2 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. And King of Wands. All right. So I do feel like something about slowing down your work. There's something that you've decided to do that is going to slow down your work or take your work in a different direction. You might even be thinking about like leaving your work, changing your work, going in a different direction, adding on responsibilities, trying something new, slowing down in order to check out other things, something like that in terms of your work life. You know you're meant for more. You know you're meant to pursue bigger and more authentic, more specifically aligned kind of work for yourself. Interesting. Community. All right, so lack of community. So I feel like wherever you work now, whatever you do for work, and when I talk about work, it's not just career and job, it's life work, you know? The people that you talk to, that you build relationships with, that you talk about, that you work out emotional issues with, that you make plans with about the future, that you talk to about the future and the past, that's life's work. That's the real work, you know? And a lot of it has to do with your passions and building something and making something and discovering some new things and physically working and physically putting in the hours. But, you know, it's not just what you do for your job and career. It's literally the people that you do inner work with, basically. And for a lot of people, that's through work, through a career, through a specific line of work. And for others, it's more outside of work, you know? But it doesn't matter. Like, you know, I've worked a ton of like retail, restaurant type jobs, and there's so much you can learn from just being in a community with your coworkers, right? And there's so much that you can learn from your neighbors, and you can learn from your friends, group of friends, and you can learn from your family. These are all groups, these are all communities that you do inner work with, and is your actual life work. And so I'm getting here that you've been lacking community. Lack of community, I'm hearing. Or not the right community. So I feel like wherever, like at your coworkers, or maybe your family or group of friends, or your neighbors aren't resonating with you at this time, or not many of them do, and you kind of have known that for a long time. I'm getting a long time I'm hearing. So you kind of know that like you've been kind of falling behind in life, just because you haven't been around the right group of folks, or, you know, the right group of folks for you now, you know? Okay. 3 of Wands. You've been planning your exit for a long time, and you know that wherever you work next is going to resonate with you so much more. So this might be your next job, or the next place you move to, or these new friends that you've just made, whatever it is. I definitely feel like you've known this. You've known that like you're meant to be around people who can kind of grow with you, evolve with you, meet you where you are now, match your energy at this point in your life. And so that's definitely something that you're bringing to the table at this time. Confidence. Yeah, wow. The way it came out, you know, it's weird because I feel like you're coming off so confident that it's shocking people. I feel like some people that you've been friends with, people that have known you for a long time, like family, maybe if you've lived in the same place for a long time, your neighbors, people that you've worked with for a long time, they're kind of shocked by this emergence of new confidence within you. I'm getting it's a good thing, but it's like all of a sudden for them, and they're kind of like surprised. You might be even surprised yourself to have that energy kind of come through for yourself. Like, yeah, I'm ready for the next thing. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. The Chariot in reverse. Like, you've been ready to go. You feel like you've been ready to go for quite some time, or you're. I'm getting that you felt ready to start the next chapter of your life for a long time now, but only recently have you actually been ready. And you can tell very strongly now. You can prove it to yourself because of the way that you come off to others. Very confident and very sure of yourself, and very sure that like you're ready for the next thing, even if you don't know exactly what that is. That confidence is exuding out of you in a very, very beautiful way. Okay, home and child. Wow, that's very specific. Pile 3. I definitely think you're ready to kind of start your family and start your community. I think these things work hand in hand. I think your energy, you just needed to be secure in who you are. And now that you become the person that you've always wanted to be, you know everything's just going to kind of come through after, magically fall in place. And it's happening for you, apparently. Pile 3. This is amazing. It's good news. Okay. Fertility. If you needed, and life purpose. If you needed more confirmation. Okay, so all these cards came out in reverse, so it's gonna smack you in your face, Pile 3, in a very beautiful way. The universe is waking you up, smacking your face, be like, it's here, Pile 3, the life that you always wanted. Pinch yourself. I know you don't believe it, and I feel like you're there staring off like a deer in headlights in shock, like, what is happening with your life? This is all here. It's coming in faster than you think, faster than you expected. It's gonna all happen very quickly. Home, babies, or new endeavors, new career, new businesses. You know, babies and businesses go hand in hand, like starting the birth of something new. You're going to put a lot of energy and effort into. Wow, I think for you, Pile 3, for most that picked this pile, is going to be specifically children. For those of you that are pretty well settled, it's a business idea. It's a new project for sure. Okay. Let's see. What else does Pile 3 need to know? Closure. You're gonna see things wrap up pretty quickly, and new things start up really quickly. Let's get a time frame. Next couple of years, it's gonna be non-stop, big, fast changes. Things are gonna happen much quicker than you anticipated. It's the right time to take action. Yeah. So if you get an opportunity for something, like you know it's going to resonate. I feel like at this point you've done so much work that like it just makes sense. If you are single, if the right person comes in, it just makes sense. If you come across the right house, right home, it just makes sense. If you or your partner ends up pregnant, it just makes sense. If you end up starting a business, it just makes sense. Everything just kind of falls in place. It just kind of makes sense. You're going to be so surprised how many big changes happen in the next couple of years in your life. And specifically in regards to home and children, community, people in your life, your life purpose, your soul mission project, and protecting love, and partner. Partner that can protect you. You're a healer. You need someone who can understand that and protect you, and also take care of, like, that also is good in their spirituality and their emotions, but can use your help in that arena. So with a lot of spiritual folks, whether it's your masculine or feminine energy, you need experience on the other side. So if you're a female, you have a lot of experience in your divine masculine. If you're a masculine, you have a lot of experience in your divine feminine. But when you come together, you're going to find that you both need that protective love. The masculine being a more physical protector of the feminine, and the feminine being the more emotional, spiritual protector of the masculine, but both of you know how to do the other. And that I do see. Okay, so partner, home, kids, life purpose. This all kind of makes sense. And delay. There is a feeling where both of you might, like, because things are happening so fast and both of you are enjoying this vibe so much that you want to take it slow, but it's not going to happen slow. I'm sorry. Pile 3. Okay, so this is, well, I fell under the table, which is my sign that like a secret deal, kind of. 5 of Pentacles. I do feel like both of you, there's so much change happening that it feels like you both are going through a rough time, but it doesn't feel like that because you two are together, and both of you are going through such miraculous changes and so many beautiful things are happening in your life, but you're afraid to show it to other people because if other people saw your life and how it's going physically, they might judge and they might understand. For example, if you're kind of struggling financially or you're kind of waiting to build a home and people are just seeing this like home that's like half built and then you guys have a child on the way, they might not put good energy towards you two. I do feel a hermit energy coming. Let me get some confirmation on that. Yeah, 8 of Wands. Things happen so quickly. Much rapidly than both of you anticipated. Yeah, don't know how, there's a lot, I mean, of course there's a lot of challenges, but at the same time, so many beautiful things are happening that both of you don't feel like it's, you know, like, quote-unquote, a difficult time, but anyone outside of this connection might not be able to understand how much love and protection and how good these things that are happening in your life are, even if they're happening quickly and they're big life moments. I do feel a sense of, like, trying to keep it to yourself for that reason. Queen of Wands, but you two are on, like, you two know you're on the right path and what you're doing is like what you're meant to be doing. 3 of Wands, yeah, the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. I do feel like it's kind of hard because anyone looking in on this connection might be like, what are they doing? Do they even know what to do? And both of you are like, we know exactly what we're doing. We are right on time. We're on right divine timing, right on purpose. Everything's happening beautifully, and for that reason, for the next couple of years, I do feel like the two of you might kind of just keep it to yourself because you two know the truth, but maybe other people can't see it or know it or, you know, get it. There is that type of energy. 5 of Swords, yeah, of kind of keeping it from others, starting this new start on your own together rather than kind of announcing it to the world for at least a couple of years, something, a year and a half, 2 years. 9 of Swords, yeah. You see all these folks kind of like their energy is not going to be good. They're not going to understand, the two of you. When things are very, very divine and pure and alignment, and there's a lot of people in your life or old life that have not done that kind of work within themselves to be able to see it in another person, they might bring your energy down, your partner, your family's, your community energy down. It might just be best if you kind of did your own thing. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. This is all divine timing. You know it, you see it, you know it's meant to be. Justice, you're getting all the beautiful things that you've always wanted, and you want just live it peacefully, happily, in your truth. You know, only the people involved need to know. You know, keep it like a very beautiful time for the two of you. Star, yeah, because this is a time for the two of you to shine. You're in your best energy, and if other people can't understand that, it's not for them. It's not their moment. Time is frozen. Yeah, this kind of delay, and then time is frozen kind of energy. I'm kind of getting like both of you are in this kind of bubble, and it's like, you know, like you'll never get a time like this ever again. It's like a honeymoon period. But more than that, both of you are psychically growing and evolving, spiritually connecting and bonding, having a lot of manifestations come through, really, really strongly connected to the divine at this time. You both recognize that you might not get this kind of time in your life ever again. Or if it happens, it will happen very rarely, and this is a time to kind of forget the rest of the world. It's the two of you against the world type of energy I'm getting strongly. But I do get community, so it's not just you. You're gonna be connected to a lot of folks who are also going through this energy. There is massive amount of energy coming onto the planet at this time. And if you're on my wave, 2011, 2017, kind of 2011, 2012, 2017, 2018 kind of awakening cycle, then you know that this is go time. This is when everything is happening. And there's going to be like a disconnect between people, light workers, who know what's going on energetically, spiritually, and those who don't. And this is the time that I was speaking about. It's finally here. It's here. For some light workers, they've already started to go through this. But the majority of us, the folks that spiritually woken before COVID, before 2020, our wave is going to be going through this now. It's starting. It's starting. It's starting to manifest into the physical reality in this next year, and I think it's gonna start next year. Six of Cups, yeah, reunion card, and the Tower, yeah. It's like I've been seeing this for a long time. It's like when you move into the 5D energy, which a lot of us are in and started to kind of assimilate to already. That's when the world's gonna go to shit, and it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna seem like for some of us, it's gonna seem like heaven. For the others, it's gonna seem like chaos, because the Earth is entering that 4D energy, and then 4D has two parts: the lower and the higher part. The lower part, which is like, like kind of when you have night terrors and stuff like that, and you're like kind of outside your body, but you're kind of in a low frequency, so you start seeing like demons that you think that they can affect you and stuff, but they can't. Technically, and there's like the 4D higher aspect, which is like you see like heaven, you see good energies and stuff like that. This kind of depends on like where you are mentally, right? And that's why light workers are going to be able to see heaven on earth, and then that's why a lot of people who haven't done their inner work yet is going to see a lot of demons in the world, and a lot of bad things and things crashing down and burning. And so it's gonna literally be like the two earths separating energetically, and that's how like us humans are going to see it, perceive it. A lot of crazy things are going to happen, and I can't wait to do readings on them, but I think you get the gist. Right, pile 3. All right, but then that's why it's like kind of like you two against the world. You're gonna have definitely other like twin flame, divine counterpart, soulmate type, like light worker, starseed type friends and couples who are going to go through the same thing. I got this prediction. When was it? February? It's past February, where you're going to be having a lot of couple friends who are divine counterparts. That's the part of 5D. You're going to be with a lot of people who are in union, and from a lot of different age ranges. So some that is your age range that was going to go through similar experiences as you, and then some that are older, and you're also going to be interacting with incoming new ones, right? Okay, so more about that in another reading. But pile 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Wish you much love and light.